Okay, so we looked at the derivatives of sine, cosine, tangent. Now let's look at the derivatives of cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So again, we're going to look at our study guide. Number 8, we see that we have y equals the cosecant of 3x to the 5th. Now, the formulas that we've memorized for our differentiation rules say that the derivative with regards to x of cosecant of u, okay, is equal to, where am I? Negative cosecant u cotangent u times u prime. Okay, so that being the case, we're going to say that our derivative of y is going to be equal to negative cosecant of 3x to the 5th times cotangent of 3x to the 5th multiplied by 15x to the 4th. And another way that we can write that is that it's negative 15x to the 4th times cosecant 3x to the 5th cotangent 3x to the 5th. And that's it. A little more involved because it's a longer derivative, but it's still nothing that we haven't been able to do so far. Okay, let's look at secant. Number 10. Number 10. Y equals the secant of 5x to the 5th. All right, and once again, we will consult the derivative chart that we've memorized, and we know that the derivative with respect to x of secant u is going to be secant u tan u times u prime. Okay? And we're just going to see that these derivatives are not difficult. You just need to memorize them and then use them correctly. So just remember, keep that 5x to the 5th intact. Secant of 5x to the 5th times tangent of 5x to the 5th, okay, times 25x to the 4th. Okay, and we'll just rewrite that as 25x to the 4th, secant 5x to the 5th, tangent 5x to the 5th. All right, and then cotangent would just be negative cosecant squared u prime. So it's really just, it's almost exactly like the one for tangent, which we just did. Okay, so that brings us to looking at product rule for our trigonometric functions. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at number 13 on our study guide, which says, what happens when you have x cubed minus 4 times the cosine of 2x squared? Okay, and let me just move my 13 over so that I can say that this is the same as f of x is equal to this. Okay, so there's our function. And so we've got to use the trig rules with the product rule. So we're going to say that f prime of x, okay, is equal to, now our product rule, basically we keep the first thing intact. We say that x cubed minus 4, keep that intact, times the derivative of this, which is going to be negative sine 2x squared times the derivative of that, which is 4x. Okay, and to that we add the derivative of this, which is 3x squared, times this intact, cosine of 2x squared. Okay, and we can go ahead and what do you call it? simplify this a little bit by saying we're going to take that 4x and multiply it times this stuff. And we'll get 4x to the fourth minus 16x times, oh, and I'll put the negative in front of that. I'll take that negative there and put that in front of that. Sine of 2x squared, okay, plus 3x squared cosine 2x squared. And if you really wanted to, I wouldn't do it any further than this. There's all kinds of things that you could do to simplify it. You could, for instance, you could factor a 4x out of this, right? Or you could factor x out of all three of these things, or whatever. But let's just leave it like this. Okay, and that's, let me just say for now, I will absolutely accept it in this form on the quiz tomorrow. All right, next video and last video for today will be talking about finding the derivative of logarithmic and exponential functions.